Wanaume, nataka tuongee na nyinyi. So, I want to give you a very short story about life. Nataka tuongee about maisha ya mwanaume. Because mwanaume ni mtu mwenye anaweza chukua mwanamke na amuoe without kuangalia background yake, na hata kukosa kuangalia huyu msichana ametoka wapi, ako na kazi, hana kazi. That is a man. On the other hand, mwanamke kama hauna pesa, ni wachache sana they are going to choose you. But for you can choose a woman ukishapenda kwa roho yako. I want one man outside there. I know it's always good to empower your woman, especially if you're a woman or you married someone mwenye hana kazi. It's good to empower them. But before you do that, can you make sure that you know that woman really well? Just do everything that you can to know that woman and to know the character when that woman has money and when that woman doesn't have money. When you have money and when you don't have money. Kwa hii maisha yenye tunaishi, it's all about experience. And lives give you a lot of experiences. Anytime that you go through something, it's not always easy to accept the reality. But sometimes the reality forces you to accept whatever is happening. Nowadays, this thing called social media, that is where people are meeting. You meet a person, you don't know about them, you don't know their background, you don't know their parents, you don't know their past life, which many people doesn't like giving their own past life. One thing they do is sugarcoat their own life, and they don't give you their real story about life. So the moment you open up and you give them everything about your own life, that is where they take that as your weakness, and they are going to drill you until the end. But on the other hand, they know the past, and they know their past, and they know what they were doing before they met you. That is the worst thing ever. So before you meet someone on social media, and you sit down and decide this is the person that you're going to marry, omba sana. Because there are people who are outside there with a very fake life in social media. And the reality is, that is not the life they live. That is a different life. They are there posting how they live a fancy life, how they get money, how they are working. But at the end of the day, those people are just looking for men all around. And other men are looking for women in social media to get money from them. People are going all around in social media. Something that some time, yeah, in a way, may have affected some of us, which now we are past that. But you men, if you get a woman, whether it is in the club, whether it is in social media, before you decide to take that woman to your parents, before you decide to take that woman to your house, before you decide to move a step and marry that woman, take your time. Take your time. That is what matters. Learn about that person, know the characters of that person, because the moment you just put in and step in to that person without knowing that person very well, that will be the end of you. It will be the end of you. So please, before you invite someone, before you allow someone in your life, before you just take a step of taking that person to your home, just be very sure that you know that person, and that person is ready to open up to you. Some of these people have a very dark life outside there. Some of these men and women wamelala na watu wengi sana huko kwa barabara. They have slept with so many men. They have slept with so many women. So if you allow that person and you sleep with them, they are adding you more spirits. And actually there's nothing which is worse than sleeping with someone who has been sleeping with different women, or a woman who is sleeping with different men, married, unmarried. Because sometimes we are very careful. Sex life can affect the whole of your life, because you have already made a covenant with someone who had slept with more than 20 men, and you are there now. That is your wife, that is your husband. So that attachment is very spiritual, not just emotions. It's very spiritual and can affect you in somehow in your life. Sometimes we have visions, we have so many dreams that we have kept, and we try our level best to make our dreams come true. But anytime that we try doing it, it becomes so impossible because of those spirits. Some of these people we sleep with, hao ni watu wanaenda kwa waganga so that they become rich. You don't know even the nini. You don't know whether hao watu wameenda kwa waganga, wameenda sijui wapi, sijui wamefanya nini. People are doing so much to get money. And this is coming to affect our own generation. I'm talking about this. I didn't want to talk about this. But I'm talking about this because I'm a victim of that. Before I decided, now I don't want that kind of life. That was too much. Because you have made a covenant with the person, and you never wanted to make a mistake. It's not everyone who has that thing of, okay, I'm going to get married today. After getting married today, I leave this person, I get married to another person, and the chain continues. So please, if you want to make a good life, know the other partner very well before you marry them. Just know their past life. Okay, there are those people that have come to realize that if you get a woman, and that woman doesn't want to introduce you to her own friends, because that woman think that those friends are going to tell you about her past life, and you're going to leave her. So this is what happens. The moment mumemeet na huyo mwanamke and you have started growing fond of each other, that woman tries to pull herself away from the friends that she knew, those friends that knew her or know her very well, or knew her past life very well, and it becomes so hard for her to accept that she's now in a new relationship, maybe in her past life, together with her own friends. They had a fishy life somewhere, and the moment you meet her own friends, they are going to tell you everything, because that is what happens. So that person is going to try and cover everything and to make sure that you never meet any of her friends. That is what affecting many of these relationships, because that person doesn't want to tell you the truth. That person doesn't want to tell you the past life. That person just wants to sugarcoat everything so that you continue loving them without judging their past. Forgetting that in one way or the other, that past is going to catch up with them. And the moment that past catch up with them, you're still going to be together. And that is going to affect your relationship. That is going to affect your marriage. And no matter how hard you try to work for that marriage, if it is started with lies, if it is started with a lot of red flags, believe you me, one day it's going to end. There's one thing that I know about this life. Mimi kuna kitu moja sifanyangi. I'm not bragging about this, but me and God, I put God mi nimeweka Mungu hapa tukiwa na yeye. I'm not saying that I'm perfect, but I've done one thing in this life. I think I've praised God in everything that I do, in everything that I'm going to do. I always put God first. And I think prayer has been one of the things that I've been doing in the whole of my life. From the time I decided now it's my time to follow God. That has been my life. So I've been very, very prayerful with everything that I do. And the only thing that has come in my mind most of the time is that it's better living alone in peace without in peace and but not marrying the wrong person. That is what I know. You may end up marrying the most beautiful woman, but maybe that is not even your woman. You may end up marrying someone because you love them, but maybe that is not your woman. Your woman is still outside there looking for you, or your partner is outside there still looking for you. Life have taught me a very big lesson. That it doesn't matter how much you love the other person, because you never keep a person because of loving them. That is not enough. I'm not saying that you stop loving each other, but loving the other person doesn't mean you're going to keep them. Because sometimes you can't keep something that doesn't want to be kept. You want to keep something that is there to be kept. I remember when I was young, we had a cat, huyo paka, and just a story. Huyo paka tulikuwa tumepewa na sister yangu, but now it came a time hakuwa anataka kukaa kwetu, so the only place yenye alifeel akiwa comfortable ilikuwanga kwa neighbor yetu. They also my cousins. So this is what happens. Alikuwa analala kwa neighbor, mchana anashinda kwetu. Analala kwa neighbor, mchana anashinda kwetu. Even today, that cat inakaanga tu kwa neighbor. Anazalia huko, anarudi kwetu. Anazalia huko, anarudi kwetu. So mchana utaiona kwa nyumba, but usiku ikifika inaenda kulala kwa neighbor. So this is what I'm saying. One, you can't keep a woman, or you can't keep a man who is there to be kept, who is there not to be kept. You can only keep a woman or a man if he or she is ready to be kept. Hauwezi weka mwanaume, hauwezi weka mwanamke if they don't want to be with you. Because one day they're going to wake up and they're going to leave. What is going to happen to your life? Is your life going to stop because they have left you? No. You have to move on with your life. You have to take steps in your life and move on. That is life. So my brothers and my sisters, whoever is watching this, just marry someone, or get married to someone who's ready to accept you the way you are. There's one thing that I say: let that person love you without no reason. Because one day when that reason ends, that person is going to leave you. Let that person that want to be with you love you unconditionally. Whether you have money, you don't have money, you have a good life, you don't have a good life, that person is going to always stick by your side. But if you marry someone because of a certain reason, that reason is going to come to an end one day. For example, you love someone because he or she is, if he's handsome, she's beautiful. For instance, if that person get an accident and that beauty or that handsomeness comes to an end, are you still going to stick to that person? You may not stick to that person, because whatever you used to see in him or her, it's not there anymore. So marry someone without a reason, love someone without a reason, and you're going to live happily, because you're always going to see something new in that person. Every day when you wake up, you're going to see something different in the other person. But you love that person because of a reason. One day maybe that reason is going to come to an end. What is going to happen? You're just going to break up with that person. Or you're just going to leave that person. There is one person who told me that just learn to be a junior all the time. Because there is one thing that I know. Being a junior, it means one thing. For example, when you entered school, nursery, you're very tiny. Ukimaliza hiyo nursery, you go to class 1. Ukiingia class 1, you're also very tiny. But ukimaliza class 8, you're very senior. But after that, after class 8, unaingia form 1. Unaingia form 1 ukiwa nini? Unaingia form 1 ukiwa mola. So you're very junior. Then unaingia form 1, unaingia form 2, form 3, form 4. You're very senior. Namaliza shule. Unaingia college ama unaingia university. You're very junior. Unafanya first year, second year, third year, fourth year. You're very senior. After that, you're looking for a job. Become an intern. You're very junior. And all those are steps in life that we pass through. In one time, you're going to be a junior. In the other time, you're going to be a senior. How do you evolve? How do you take steps? How do you learn? How do you learn about that? Unapata kazi, you get promoted, you become a senior. After getting promoted, you go and get another job also. Where you start a job, you're a junior. Go and work in that company, in that company again. You're promoted. You become a senior. So life is very gradual. You run as you grow. So always try to become, always be a junior, because that is when you learn. And you take it step by step. That is part of life. That's how you learn. That's what you become. So that is my story, which I'm going to give so many stories. And sometimes I'm not a cameraman. I don't like coming in the face of many people. But I hope everything that I share in this platform is going to help one or two people. But before I finish this, I want to talk to a man who is there, who is married. Amefinyiliwa na mwanamke. Anaonanga hata kwenda home nyumbani mapema, hiyo ni stress. That is how women are. But nitakwambia tu kitu moja. First of all, learn to appreciate yourself. Because say I'm not hating on women. There are very few women who are going to appreciate anything that you do to them or you do for them in this life. Most of them doesn't. Mnunulie food, mlipie nyumba, mlipie school fees, mtengeneze nywele, mpeleke out, mpatie pesa ya matumizi. They never get satisfied. Learn to appreciate yourself. Learn to start for yourself. There are so many men who are depressed outside there. Wengine wako na vidonda vya tumbo because of women. There are also women who are being stressed by men. Napata vidonda vya tumbo because of that man. Because that man it's like amekuweka in a place whereby you can't go to work because that person is providing for you. That person is giving you food. That person is buying you everything that you want. But still that person want you to stay in the house the whole day, nothing else. There are people who are like that. And they are not even appreciating whatever you are doing. There are people who are like that. On the other hand, there are also women who are like that. But you need to learn how to appreciate yourself. You need to learn how to come out of that place. Come out, talk, share with your fellow men. Although nowadays men are very bad, you can share with them, then they go and backbite you and start telling your wife whatever you're telling them. But get a person who you can talk to. Someone who you can be able to, unaweza toa anything yenye iko kwa roho yako. Talk to them, they're going to listen. I was a victim of keeping silent, getting ulcers because of such things. Now it's me and my life. That is how I live. It's me and my life. It's me and me. It's me first. Always have that. Because human being will never appreciate something that has no value. Something that has no value. The only way you can put your value is if that person knows that you value yourself, that person is going to value you. People doesn't respect someone, something that is that doesn't have value. So the value first comes in you, and from you, then it goes to someone else. Value yourself. Keep up with yourself first. That person is going to appreciate you. But the moment that person realizes that you are worthless, you don't appreciate yourself, you don't even know yourself, that person is never going to appreciate you. Appreciate yourself first. Love yourself first. Even the Bible says, love yourself as you love your neighbor. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. So love starts with you, then goes to the other person. You can't start with the other person, then you come back to you. You need to love yourself so that you can love the other person. And that is how life is. Loving the other person before loving yourself, then you will never be appreciated by that person. And that person can just wake up one day and leave you. And that's where the mistake comes in. That person leaves you, they break your heart, you're left empty, you're left depressed, you kill yourself, they still continue with your life. What happens? Wakuwa ni wora, that is what we always say. Wakuwa ni wora. So always make sure that you appreciate yourself. Always make sure that in everything that you do, everywhere that you go, love yourself first. That is what matters. You matter most when you are alive. You matter most when you're in good health. You matter most when you're loving yourself. So always learn to love yourself. Always learn to appreciate yourself. That's what makes you. That is what makes you. And that is what makes me by appreciating myself. So always learn to appreciate yourself before the other person appreciates you. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.